Well, I really didn't want to make this video, and since I'm not a massive social media superstar like an Asmongold or a Sir Pugger or any of the other channels that are just extremely popular that have all of the eyes on them at all times on anything they post, and they can essentially create a windfall or waterfall effect of tweets and messages and DMs to support services. Because I don't have that, I feel like this is really the only option I have at this point. Today, I tried to log into my old school Runescape account, and apparently I was banned from macroing. Now, there's a couple things wrong with this. Number one, I've never used a bot in my life. Number two, I don't even think I logged into this account during the month that it was banned. And number three, I'm not exactly sure how this was even possible because I had two-factor authentication and the authenticator tied to my account. Um, so in the back of my mind, how could I even be banned for macroing or botting if I never logged into the game these last 3 or 4 months? RuneScape is one of those games that I casually log into from time to time, but don't get me fooled, I still let the membership fee run and bill on my debit card. I still buy bonds every other time I log into the game, and I've never ever once done anything to compromise my account. So as you could imagine, it's pretty frustrating to just kind of log in one day and find out that this account that I've poured hundreds of hours into, hundreds of dollars, and had quite an enjoyable experience. Finally, I get hit with what the community sees as a false ban. It doesn't make sense to me because I recall looking at posts on Reddit and looking at people in the Discord who claim they were false banned, and the very first thought in my mind is, oh, they just must be full of it. There's no way that you get banned without some type of program or something that Jagex clearly, who is now owned by Carlyle Group, clearly they have some money behind them, so obviously they must be using some sort of state-of-the-art bot detection software of some kind, you would think, right? Well, apparently not, because my account got flagged, and I will swear until the day I die that I never botted and I never ever used a macro on this account. Now, I tried to jump into Discord and I posted my thoughts in the Discord, and I was told to appeal. So then I went to the section on the RuneScape website and I sent my appeal and explaining to them that I feel like this is ridiculous because I didn't bot. I haven't even logged into the account in months. And if there's anybody behind the scenes there that looks at this case, they can probably see that if for whatever reason if somebody did hijack the account, they should be able to see that their IP was from Italy or somewhere completely outside of the realm of where I live. Even if that's not the case and they can't look at that, they should still be able to see when and where exactly that account was logged in from. And if it was anywhere apart from the two secure devices that I use, obviously somebody else had gotten into the account. But I digress. I understand that they can't be held liable for people with VPNs and other kinds of services that can make it appear like you're somewhere else. But let me just go through a couple things before I go into any further ramble for this video. Okay, I am a gamer. Okay, I am a gamer at heart. I have played every single game from Mario to RuneScape to World of Warcraft. For God's sake, I've played Gary's mod. I've played Counter-Strike. I've played the Call of Duties. There it really isn't any type of genre that I haven't touched, and I do it because I enjoy it. I do it because it's a hobby. I do it because I've met some great people in the 30 years that I've been alive, doing this kind of thing. I've met friends. I've met people that have had a very positive impact on my life through gaming, and that's why I choose to game. Okay? So when I am told that my account is banned for something that I did not do and that I personally disagree with, of course it's going to frustrate me a little bit, and of course it falls on me to prove that I didn't bot. But how does Jagex, how are we supposed to prove that we didn't bot? I have seen countless posts and comments on plenty of other videos and plenty of other threads of people claiming that they were false banned. And honestly, I believe a lot of them now. How can you take somebody's dedication and time that they put into your product and your service and just delete it and then when I go to click on the show me the evidence button that's clearly on the website, all you say is our software does not lie. Our software would not ever, false ban, and there's nothing we can do about it, and that's the end of that. So now you're telling me that not only can you not show me proof, but you're telling me that even if I were to give you an objective proof that I didn't bot, you would still keep the account banned. Jagex, let me put something into perspective, please, because I'm trying to speak for myself as a casual, exploded personality where I'm going to have the whole Jagex team look at my account. This is completely unfair and extremely unwarranted. How can you take somebody's account who not only has had a membership for God knows how long across other accounts from classic RuneScape up through old school RuneScape, included RuneScape 3. Like, this is something that I have played for essentially my entire life. This was one of the first games that I ever played online, back when I was in grade school, begging my parents to spend the $5 so I could get membership and go through that godforsaken gate on the east of Varrock, right? But for some reason you have now forced my hand, and I know I'm just a regular player and my voice has no meaning to you or your company, but it is absolutely ridiculous that I was permabanned for something that I didn't do. I have probably spent over $2,500 on your service and your product over the course of my life, just in subscription fees alone. Over if you factor about $10, let's round up and say $10 a month for the last 20 years. That's $2,400. That's not including any of the bonds that I purchased on the account, which you guys can clearly see. I probably have a little bit of problem of spending too much money on video games, but it's something that I enjoy doing. Okay, so at the end of my escapade here, I'm extremely frustrated and I'm hurt. I'm actually hurt that this game that I have sunk so much time into has seemingly been stripped from me because of a false ban for a macro that I do not use. I don't know what else to say. All of the screenshots and proof that I had are essentially here in this video. I can't prove to them that I didn't, macro, I guess, so I'm just shit out of luck. And it really hurts. But with that being said, if I have a 72-hour window here, and by the time this video is uploaded, it's still going to be pending, because it's still pending now as I'm voicing the script out. If my account remains permabanned, unfortunately, I'm never going to use a product of Jagex's again. I'm not going to be a repeat customer, and you will lose someone who essentially, for the next 30 or 40 years would have kept their auto bill on. I would have kept buying bonds. I would have revisited this, and I would recommend, this game 20 years later to anybody. So all the diehard RuneScape fans out there, I'm sorry. You might, think that, I'm full of it, or you might think that, I'm just a whiny baby. But I will actually pray that this does not happen to you. Take care.